Hello, hello. Happy Monday and happy Labor Day, everybody. And by Labor Day, I mean we working. We got a lot of work to do. But it's time to take a break and wick it and kick it. I mostly kick it tonight. I don't know how much we're going to be wicking. Couple things, couple quick things, couple two tree. Probably just a couple. Um, can't really make too big of a mess because holy man, is there a lot of work to be done. But I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Everybody's enjoying their Labor Day. I would assume because it's a holiday, we may or may not have as many people here. Um, Hopefully, people are out enjoying the holiday with their family and friends, or you can enjoy the holiday here. Um, no special like holiday festivities for me today, but on Saturday I went to my mom's house and she smoked a brisket for my son's birthday celebration with the salt potatoes and the baked beans. Oh man, it was so good. So freaking good. Then I came home yesterday and I made home fries and basically like an English breakfast out of the leftover salt potatoes and baked beans. Whew. Man, it's some good eatings. What's up, Patrick? I saw him pop in. I know sometimes he can't always stay, so when I see you pop up, man, I want to say what's up. But yeah, like I said, lots of work to do, guys. The JMW Labor Day sale didn't go live until yesterday, so you could tell people were anticipating it by how many orders came in just like the first 90 minutes. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for keeping me employed, I guess, self-employed, and for all the support through there and the channel. Of course, we also got some friends in the house who are also running a Labor Day sale of their own. Miss Lady Liberty and Advocate for Liberty, I picked up myself a couple extra bottles of that white chocolate raspberry cheesecake and some more mango sublime. My goodness, am I excited to re-up on those. And other friends out there got sales going on. Like I know Twisted Timmy was running a sale. You got Steel Valley. Steel Valley. You can always get. They always do like the 50% off the bottled violence on the holidays. You gotta love it. But yeah, I am rambling. We're here though. I am manic. I need to kind of calm myself down and hang out with you guys for a little while, kind of recenter, refocus. So let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. That's usually the best way to start. Um, Actually, a good place to start is usually a cup of coffee. Cheers, Hippo, and anybody else who's enjoying a tasty beverage. Mm. And a vape. This is the Boston cream pie that we made on Thursday. Mm. Need the drip. I made myself another 30 mil of it already because that first 15 didn't last. And I'm going to tell you what, already, I'm probably going to make a 60 of it. With the Devonshire cream from Wonder Flavors is like the nucleus of this recipe. And the other elements combined, this is just fantastic. Really been enjoying that one. As well as everything that we set up the last couple streams. Hippo, yeah, see right there off the bat. Hippo's the first comment. Cheers, coffee in hand. Dalton Bieber, yo-yo, team mayonnaise and or coffee. Hell yeah, dude. Team barbecue chicken today. What's up, Paul Cole? Barbecue chicken sounds slamming. LT says, "Hey, you losers! I thought I might be first at 37 after." uh, oh, so close, so close. Team Iced Coffee still 105 in Cali. Dang, that's more northern Cali or northern LA County. Is that kind of where you're at? Somewhere like in that range, right? Mixed up juice for the first time. Well, since 8 months ago. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, LT. 10 months sig free in 2 days. Let's go. So proud of you, LT. LT just quit smoking when we met her, pretty much. She's come such a long way, and she's become Mama Bear in the process. Fur Strode, what's up, everyone? Hello, dude. Corporate Jason in the house, saying hello to everybody. Brian Enoch, what's up? Advocate for Liberty. Everybody saying hello. Lady Liberty. Hell yeah, dude. And thank you. Advocate for Liberty has been taking, and Lady Liberty, they've been taking care of the links. Appreciate that. Cassie says, I'm not going to lie here. I'm like totally pooped, but I'm going to try really hard not to fall asleep with the bunny. She's being super cuddly. It's kind of hard, man. Like, listen, if my cat was this cuddly, I would take more naps with her. Although every now and again, I will go to put my legs up in bed, and she'll snuggle up like right here, and it's really hard not to just doze off for a while. Let's see. Yeah, there's that. I forgot the this guy again. I should do this real quick and pin it because there's only one more week left. Let me snag this real quick, guys. I'm gonna put this in chat and pin it. Hold on. Let's see, and then we'll get caught up. There she is. Come on, open up. External browser so I can snag the Chrome link. No. Share. Copy link. YouTube. We didn't even have YouTube open yet. Bear with me, guys. As prepared as you think you can be, you can't always be prepared. It's not opening the stream on my phone. I don't understand. There we go. Why doesn't it work? Here we go. Raffle Rumble. Boom, boom, boom. And pin. We good. We good. We in like Flynn. You got until Sunday to get your tickets for the Raffle Rumble for your chance to win. Signed by Mr. Grim Green, Toot Life Hexome. Second place is choice between a Bonza Pro RDA or an Alexa 6. Of course, both prizes come with one of these hats, a keychain, and some liquids. And depending on how many tickets are sold, the wheel very well could get spun more than twice. We will see. Steel Valley meetup was fun, says Paul Cole. But there was more people at the one in the spring. Yeah, I can see that. This one especially, I typically, like, I've never made it to one. But I don't think I would ever be able to make it to a fall one because Labor Day weekend is usually when we do something for my son's birthday. And I do feel bad because, like, Will did ask me to sponsor JMW to sponsor maybe with some bottles of liquid, and I completely spaced it. I would have loved to have contributed some liquids for the festivities, but it's tough, man. I'm one man doing all the heavy lifting, and then a partner that does the back end stuff, and that's it. That's JMW. and whatever help I get from friends along the way. That would be you guys. Mental health is hyper important. If you are struggling, please know you are not alone. And if it's needed, you can hit that link that an advocate for liberty shared or dial 988 for assistance. You can reach out to somebody in the community. It works both ways too. Check on your friends. Message your friends and family. Let them know you love them. Ask them how they're doing. You never know what somebody could be going through. Corporate Jason says, let's fucking go. Birdman is driving, so can't reply. Sorry, it's all good, man. Drive safe, sir. Happy to have you here. Love seeing you, Birdie. Um, Mental health. I actually like seeing my psychiatrist, says Paul. Yeah, I miss my therapist, man. And I mean, I could go get another therapist, but it's never a guarantee that you're gonna click the same with a new therapist. I was with him for 4 years, and I'm sure a new one could look at my past file and kind of get a basic idea of things that we've worked through, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. But I've been thinking about going back. Just a reminder, my single drops September 5th and the album September 8th on all music platforms. Hell yeah. That's what's up, Tim. Neil Pitts. Neil Pitts is here. Jesse Town. Hey, what's up, dude? Birdie says he hopes everyone is well. I hope you are well, Birdie. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to each other. So friendly in chat. So friendly. Hippo says, I want a Labor Day shopping spree. That's what's up, dude. Right? That's what's up. I did kind of go on like a little mini shopping spree. I told you guys on Thursday I bought myself some extra caps for this basic 1.1. Hoping that Straight Fire gets more of these in stock because I would like a brand new one. I bought another black cap for my V2, basic V2. I got my Lady Livery liquids. I bought some accessories from Matt Bennett, Bennett Tool Customs. Might as well grab a vape off of this one. Dude, this squonk is going to be all decked out with some new stuff soon. That's ripping pretty good. Agent Arnie on the inside of this one. Might as well grab a vape while it's in my hand, right? Give it a squonk. I didn't realize that there was still a squonk bottle full of this one and like a half a squonk bottle full of the other one. Part of what I was thinking what we could do tonight is like rather than just like rebuild things, literally just go through my normal process of like refilling and putting new batteries and things because sometimes that's realistically what happens more often than not. You know what I mean? I got so many devices. There are some things that need to be refilled, and we're going to refill those before we wick anything. There's Patrick. We're caught up to where we started, but we got long ways to go. Long ways to go. I was at a cookout yesterday, said Paul. I ate so dang much. Hell yeah, dude. I ate so much brisket. Smoked brisket. Damn, at least it wasn't a cigarette. I've smoked weird shit too. Yeah. Patrick. It's good to have you back, man. In chat. I know I saw you pop in on Thursday, but you didn't stick around. We didn't get any of those little jokes from you. Let's see. We went to visit the brother-in-laws of Tim and kids today. So much fun. That's always fun. Yeah. Yeah. The kids, man, like my son, my niece, and my nephew, they were out on the side yard of my mom's house, just kicking the soccer ball around. And, man, I miss the days when I actually used to be able to run around and play with them, man. I can't. I can barely even walk some days. My left leg is currently on fire. Um, but just seeing them have fun and run around, it's a good time, man. I love it when the kids get together. They've always been close. My son and my niece they're more like brother and sister than they are cousins. Um, we went to my brother's to spend time with the kids and give our niece her birthday presents. Very cool. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Hippos reminded me. Let me know what you guys are rocking with tonight. What are you enjoying? Are you enjoying some tasty liquids from somebody here? Maybe something else? What setups you got rocking? Maybe you're gonna wick something up or rebuild something during the stream. Let me know. Feel free to send me a PM on Discord or Facebook Messenger, and we'll try to get to desk and hand checks later. There we go. There's the info for the Lady Liberty stuffs. Heck yeah, I'm gonna head in to get them mixed up here in a bit. Now that I can get into my office, let's see. Got a bottle of FDH cotton candy ice cream. Finally, I like it. Oh yeah, I like the Playland, man. I really like it, especially like on a fresh wick. After like a day or two, though, it really wears down my palate because it's so sweet. But it's one of my favorites is the Playland. I really like it. Um, Tim said I uh, got a new to me car and got it on the road today. So got to go for a maiden trip in it. Hell yeah, dude. There's Heath. What's up, Heath? Good to see you, man. I got your comment that you caught the replay. I appreciate it. Or your message. Your message. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate the kind message. And I just sometimes I get so bogged down and so many messages, I just can't always message everybody back. Um, my brother's going to Boston for vacation. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Um, spoon in a jar in his hand. What? Uh, I have a new jar of Dukes in the fridge, says Paul Cole. I see. I don't even have. Listen, I'm Team Hellman's. I don't even have Hellman's in the house right now. I've got Walmart Great Value brand mayonnaise. All right. I don't use a lot of mayo. But I am Team Hellman's. I'm gonna be for real with you. The Hellman's, the price on it just went up way too much, man. But the Great Value is based on Hellman's. Dell, what's up, dude? He says, Steve-O! I broke out the Dilemma DNA 250 with the intake single coil RTA. Ooh, classic. Forgot how good of an RTA it is. I never got to try any of the intake or anything like that. That's what's up, Neil. Big Wick Energy, yo. Dude, I love that. I laughed so hard when you said that the other night. And I can't believe I never thought of it. LT's making jokes about pastry. Already down the hatch. Let's see. Oh my god, I had heartburn so bad last night. Heartburn sucks, y'all. Dude, Paula, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. It does suck. Hashtag shed time for Hungry Hippo. Shed time if you got 'em. Shed time if you got 'em. Hell yeah, Patrick. Thanks, man. Those moments when Kitty is sweet, you almost forget the terrorist she can be. Yeah, dude. Until she starts acting up again, because that's what happens. Is like I will fall asleep, and then I'll all of a sudden get woke up of her knocking everything off of my dresser. Um, it's a win lose. Working up on my cup of coffee, says Dalton, and soon gonna make a sub wrap with more than strictly necessary dukes on it. Hell yeah, dude! I love a good wrap or a sub. Let's see. Got my ticket, says Heath. That's right. That's right. Hell yeah. Hope everybody's at least gotten a couple or at least one. Because you never know, man. You never know. I don't know if Mao is playing this time. He won twice. And he's taking a break, so I don't know if he's playing this time. And one time I think he won is because he literally just bought as many tickets as he possibly could. Kerplop, what's up, dude? My kid just grilled some cowboy ribeyes over lump charcoal. He also got watermelon, mac salad, and coleslaw. That steak was huge, and I'm so incredibly stuffed. Yo, that's what's up. That's how you do Labor Day right there, my man. Hell yeah. I used to always go out and do like this big Labor Day like feast with friends. Nowadays, all my friends are online. Let's see. Y'all don't forget to buy a Powerball ticket. It's over $1 billion. Oh dang! I don't really ever play the lottery. I don't even know where I could buy a ticket around here. Maybe the gas station 1 block down. I ain't going anywhere. I got way too much work to do to even think about leaving the house. Yo, if I were to win the Powerball, I'm gonna tell you what. JMW would be getting some serious upgrades. So would this channel. Let's see. Um, Took forever to get the copyright stuff figured out. Oh, I bet, dude. I bet. Dalton says I can't go back to therapy because they've all got me to trust them and dumped me right after. And I've been in therapy since elementary school to high school. Everybody's had different experiences, man. Like, I know some people have had negative experiences. I think it literally is a case of whether or not you find a therapist that you click with. Um, let's see. Get well, brother. Who needs to get well? I missed something. Let's see. Uh, same old Republic with the nitrous and the butter rum coffee ice cream. Lady Liberty is hooked on that butter rum coffee ice cream. Tim is terrified and excited about the music release at the same time. Wish it was instant. The waiting is so anxiety heavy. I feel that, man. I used to make music with friends. Patrick knows. Patrick's got a copy of our old mixtape. DJ Fat Nasty Bitch and the Food Babies. I was one of the Food Babies. It's a hip hop mixtape, and I was in a couple bands where I was a front man, basically rapping, but like hardcore punk rock slash hardcore, like live music and beats played live. My friends were trying to turn me into a hardcore front man slowly. um, we had fun. We had fun. All the recordings were like self-recorded stuff. I wish I still had some of the cassette tapes of what recording when we used to jam in the basement in my dad's house. That was some of the best stuff. Patrick says Thursday I found out my ex-girlfriend is trying to make up shit about me, so I crashed early. My bad for being a dipping down. That's all good, brother. You popped in and said hello, and even just that means a lot to me. Caramel crumble in my QP Juggalo mini. Hell yeah, dude. That's so fitting. Now that I think about it, and that you called it the Juggalo mini, that's so fitting for you. The Jug mini. Hell yeah. Um, we went to lunch for my middle niece's birthday, says Dalton. Later this week today, my cousin threw the stepdad's birthday is today. And my aunt's is in a few days. Holy moly. See, dude, my family is like that. A lot of birthdays in July. So we always did one big July birthday party at my Aunt Marge's house. Except now that my Aunt Marge is older, um, my Uncle Bucky passed away, and she's now has a new boyfriend years down the line. Um, and they're just older, and they moved into a much smaller, like retirement community type of home. And ever since they sold the house, we haven't had the July birthday party anymore. Miss having those. Miss having those. Uh, Advocate for Liberty said, I found my missing Citadel. Hell yeah, dude. Citadel. I actually grabbed a Citadel because I thought maybe I might consider building it. I don't know. This Citadel has staggered fuse Clapton in it. That's like a 0.4. That's more for running it on a DNA 60. But I want to set it up like this. Oh shit. There goes the camera. Hold on. Well, hey, that's not the right camera. Of course that had to happen. Let's see. Bear with me. It's going to be a minute before this camera pops back up, even if it doesn't. Unless it doesn't. Come on. I might even have to exit out of the stream and come back. Hold on. The stream will keep running. It'll just go to the default Wickin It and Kickin It. Hello, hello. At least I can see that you guys can hear me. Come on. Settings. Let's see. Camera. It's not going to let me do it. Come on. Come on, dude. I don't understand it. I will never understand why the camera does that. It literally just a little bit of vibration on the desk or it hits the cord. And it's not the cord, it's the USB port in the laptop. So I'm seriously ready to throw this laptop off the fucking balcony from the 3rd floor. I'm going to have to exit the stream and come back. There's no way. I can't catch a break anymore, dude. There's always an issue on the stream. Come on. I'll be back. There we go. Jesus. I don't even know where we left off. Let's see. Right there. Nope. Let's see. There we are. There we are. If I win the Powerball, I'm buying everybody in the vape community a mech mod, LOL, for show. Hell yeah. Bro, if I won the Powerball, I would have one of my favorite modders. I would, you know what I would do? I would fund sending stabwood blocks to Dean in South Africa and have him make like a special run of puff adders in stabwood and give them out to my friends. It's 100% what I would do. As far as like gifting vape gear to friends, everyone needs a stabwood Max Blanc. That's my opinion. Let's see. I can't go back to therapy. Oh yeah, I read that part. Let's see. Um, I just missed that one Powerball comment. Do you want a stainless heavy hitter to keep or raffle off? I want a copper one, so I want to pay it forward with the stainless steel one I have only used once. I mean, I appreciate that, but maybe there's some way you can do like a giveaway in the Discord or something. That way it doesn't have to like pass through my hands. You can run the giveaway on your own. Chris Collins says, "Yo, what's up, my dude?" Chris must have got here just in time for the camera to go out. Oh, dang, I'm late, says Gunny. Well, you're here. How much is Hellman's there, Steve-O? Oh, gosh, I don't know. But it's just that's when he came in. It all adds up. That's all. So, like, there's certain things I've just been grabbing, like, cheaper versions of lately, man. And even then, like, I used to go to the grocery store and spend, like, 230 between 230 and around there, and then it started going up. Like I couldn't get it under 260, and now I'm lucky if I can keep my grocery bill under 300. And that's even like with like getting cheaper versions of things and skimping in places. Come on. Let's see. Well, we're gonna make it focus. There we go. Make your own mayo, very easy, delicious. Okay. Uh, how all my homies tonight? We doing good. Fur says, I think I'm gonna be replay crew tonight. I'm feeling not so hot, so maybe naps in order. Fur, yeah, get yourself some rest, man. Get yourself some rest. I don't even know if we're gonna be running a full 2.5 hours tonight. It kind of depends. Like I said, we're mostly kicking it tonight. We're gonna wick maybe at least one or two things, but I want to taste those at least one of those mixes from Thursday. We almost stopped for Subway. I haven't had Subway in a long time. I used to eat Subway all the time. Dean's mom, Angel, right up until she was like 4 or 5 months pregnant with Dean, she managed the Subway. I used to get lots of free Subway. Poor Fur. Yeah, feel better, brother. Shots and prayers for Fur. And also, we did shots and prayers for several people last week. Fur Strode was one of them. Mao, Duchess, uh, Dell and his family, his grandmother, his sister. Um, I forgot one person. I forgot QHB. QHB is a freaking trooper, dude. She's been doing a lot. Uh, if you know, you know. Um, but she's kind of has been here less because she had family stuff going on, and she was just there, did what she had to do to stay with her father, and I really respect that. So shots and prayers for QHB and her family. She's a mother, a grandmother. You can tell she's the glue that holds that family together, and I just got a lot of respect for that. It's a lot of hard work. Um, Nathan Hall, I'm late, but I'm here. That's what's up, dude. Um, got a timeout for 5 minutes for being late. Oh no. If I win, I'll hook you up. I've got one ticket. That's what's up. Thanks, Steve-O. I'm on my fifth 60 mil of the butter rum coffee. Oh, dang. That's a lot. Nathan Hall crashed out hard, so hard. Yeah, I bet. I'm a certified nut, said Patrick. I have a good therapist. It can happen. Yeah, dude. I mean, I got lucky. I got lucky. Uh, as far as like, because I had a regular therapist and then I had a chemical dependency therapist. Now I got lucky eventually with a good chemical dependency therapist, but literally until I got her, I would start to connect with one and then they would leave. They would get promoted or they would get a new job or they would get moved around. And I just think I get it. Like people need to do what they need to do for like their own betterment, what's best for their family. But it's difficult when you're in early recovery and every counselor you have leaves after a couple months when you're just starting to connect with them. It's 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 a rough situation. That's why peer advocates in the recovery community, in the recovery space are important because therapists oftentimes haven't been through it. They may have a family member or somebody that's gone through it, and that's why they do what they do, but they haven't been through it themselves. And peers are who you can relate to. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a peer recovery advocate myself. Um, let's see. Let's see. She's talking to Nate. Baddest motherfuckers on this earth since Miles Davis. Oh yeah. Damn, we really are far behind. Steve-O's birthday is the day after mine. That's right. Yeah, one day apart. One day apart. Um, let's see. It's not a wiki without clacking the dangles. Yeah, dangle clacks are better than dingleberries. That's true. That's true. It's just damn camera. Actually, it's the laptop. You'll soon see with hand check there are purposes for rainbow drip tips, like on a Citadel, for matchy matchy. Listen, anything matchy matchy, I'm down with. I need a purple drip tip. I found one, a cheap one, but I have to freaking order it. I would have to order it from 2F for this setup and just wait. Um, I have purple drip tips. I even have a short purple drip tip that's this um height. There's something about this drip tip that came with this tank. Like I try to explain it a little bit on Thursday. It gives just the right amount of feedback. So this specific height and bore, I just need that same drip tip in purple. Canadian Vapor, good evening, all you sexy people. What's up, Canada? What's up, dude? Let's see. V8 says just got the notification on Discord that we were kicking wickets. Oh hell yeah, dude. Little behind. My Discord notifications sometimes, dude, they come so late. Unless I'm on my computer, like and see them pop up immediately. Sometimes on my phone, those notifications can come hours later sometimes. Glad you were able to make it, dude. Uh, while we wait, we need to go over memos from corporate. Yeah. Yeah. Did you get the memo? Uh, Rabbit is right here. Let's see. Anne can hear you. Yeah. Let's see. After the dangle clacks, we'll be right back. And now a message from our sponsor. Yeah. The Bad Dragon Master. Dude, where's your car, dude? Uh Tantus is way better than Dragon. They make a 5 pawns dilder? Really? Icing the shoulder, V8. Can't wait to get a Stabwood mod at some point. It'll happen. It'll happen. Thank you for the links again, dude. If I didn't have to buy a bunch of post-surgery stuff, I'd buy that Stabwood Altroner. Yo, yeah, that new Sphinx is sexy. It really is. It really is. Chris says, I live by the motto, if you don't buy cheap cheese, mayo, or toilet paper. Oh, the motto of you don't buy cheap cheese, mayo, or toilet paper. I agree with the cheese and the toilet paper. Um, I and I would agree with mayo. And here, actually, some of that great value stuff is just as good, if not better, than the name brand stuff. That's why I don't mind. Like their pizzas, man. They have the best frozen pizzas. Better than any other brand frozen pizza out there. They are number one. And they're only $4.99. $8 for a 32-ounce jar of Hellman's here. Yeah, that's wild. He says I'm loving Don Strawberry. It's so good. Yo, I've never had the other ones. I did load this tank up the other night with the Don's Bourbon Cream, the original. I will tell you that after 3 tanks worth in a very restricted direct lung, my cotton was black already. So I switched over to, and by the way, now available for a limited time, at least for now, it's limited. I'm going to see if later on down the line I can continue to source some of the flavors, um, uh, particularly one, or reformulate after we're out of the dessert chocolate to a different chocolate. I don't think changing that one chocolate will change the profile too much. But the Samoa cheesecake, now officially named Gimme Samoa, in the Innova, there's a high pendulum coils high ohm firecracker in this guy. Tank vape's so good. Love that liquid. Available now. People have been taking advantage of it. Like I said, I only have enough dessert chocolate to make X amount of mils of it. And I think a total of like 800 milliliters has already been purchased, maybe a little more. Love a good RDL crackle. Dang, yeah, that's. I'm interested how the strawberry and the apple do. I like the original. Tim says Stabwood Mod and a Hog XL, thanks to Nate, are the only bucket list items at the moment. Well, and the recoil, yeah. The new recoil. That's got to be coming this month sometime, I would think. Paul says, I like an Italian BMT from Subway with mayo and red wine vinegar. Yeah, BMT's good. You know what I like? I like going, and not everybody has this everywhere and has these stores everywhere, but anybody who's like that lives in like the Northeast, Duchess would know. Wegmans. The Wegmans substation in their stores, they make it basically, if you've ever been to DeBella's and bought a sub from DeBella's, they have a sub called The Godfather. They have a similar sub at Wegmans. It's called Danny's Favorite. Danny Wegman. Danny Wegman's the owner of Wegmans. It's like spicy ham and salami. Yeah, spicy ham, cotto salami, and pepperoni. Maybe I think it's basically like an Italian sub, man, but with the spicy ham. Whew. Or I like some good capicola. Let's see. You get the but you get the. It's like an Italian assorted with spicy ham, basically. But you got to get like the lettuce, the tomato. You got to get mustard and oil, not necessarily or Italian dressing instead of just regular sub oil. Mad good, mad good. Oh, and provolone. Provolone. Got to have provolone. Uh, Hearts up going out to QHB. Hell yeah. I don't think she's here tonight, but shout out to her. QHB is awesome. She's such a good person. She really is. She's doing okay. Just really grateful she got to see him over the weekend before it was too late. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Stolen says yo yo everyone. Um, everybody's saying hello to him. Update on Matchy Matchy Rainbow Tip gets hot as fuck because it's metal. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of metal tips. I do like the stock tip for the Diplomat though. Cassie has a purple metal 510, but it's from Addy, so I can't part with it. Yeah. Heath is. I'm running that same tank on my Odin Mini, which looks horrible. Yeah, but it works for now. Yeah, I'm running this guy on my Odin Mini, the stock. We're gonna probably refill that today too. I've got 3 RTAs in rotation, guys, and I know Della's proud of me. It's been a while since I ran this many tanks at one time. We've got to refill this. We've got to refill the dwarf. Duchess triple 26 on the inside of that with some succulents. Mm-mm. Succulents is so damn good in an RTA. Uh, I've been vaping it in the Broken Addy for so long that I forgot how good it is in like a little stubby tank. Chris Collins is still here. He used to drink succulents by the gallon, dude. I'm gonna make some food. I may be back stressed about starting Ket tomorrow, so I'm gonna take my anxiety meds to peace if I stay gone. Patrick, love you, brother. Hope all goes well tomorrow. Relax, get some grub, and I'll talk to you later, bro. Literally just woke up from a 4-hour nap, says Nate. Hell yeah, dude. Your body needed it. Let's see. Steve-O, what's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's a time traveling robot that comes back to save the kid's life? Oh, you mean T2? Is that the one? No! RoboCop. I think it's like $5 for the bigger helmets here. Yo, it's regional, dude. I'm telling you. It's like at the tip of my tongue. T something, yeah. Shaw's brand frozen pizza are better than Walmart. Just saying. I would have to try it to believe it. Tombstone was the best frozen pizza, second only to Costco. Oh yeah, Costco. You know what? I haven't been to, I hardly ever go to Costco. Can't wait to get my 2 bottles of it. Oh yeah, you did order 2 bottles of it. Good call. Good call, bro. It's worth it. It's if you like desserts, if you like coconut, uh, chocolate and caramel, um, it's real, dude. That was actually Alicia's idea, and I still don't think she's tasted the sample that I sent her because she's never mentioned it or given me any feedback. I will be trying the Samoa as soon as I can. Hell yeah, dude. I know you're dying for some freaking um oh, that's right, Patrick. That's right. Oh, okay, yeah. Um let's see. I know you've been dying to get some more sweet bourbon peach too. Gonna definitely get more. Let's see. My Vena on the grip was giving me that pulsating crackle sensation on our trip today. So satisfying. It really is, dude. The green metal 810 for my legal is nice. Heats up a bit but cools down super quick. Yeah, that's mainly what it is. It's like a heat thing, the heat transfer. So like the Diplomat being such a tall tank, it doesn't really get hot that fast unless you're really cranking on it, chain vaping it. I've never had a recoil, so I'm really stoked for the new one. Yeah, and I mean this. Oh, don't do that again. This one's going to be postless deck, so it's gonna build differently. But supposedly the airflow is the same. That snakebite airflow is what makes it. Although, and you'll be able to more easily put bigger builds into it. Um, so that'll be nice. But the OG recoil, there's something about it, like aesthetically, when like you have it built and you're looking at it from up top, and the coils are positioned perfectly. It's just so satisfying to look at, and it vapes fantastic. Um, only got to use, let's see, Lady Liberties. I'm proud of you. I need to get another single coil RTA. You do. You do, bro. This Innova is, I mean, it's tough because you like a more a looser draw. Like this Innova, as far as RTAs, is the tightest draw of just actually the tightest draw of just about anything I have here. But it's got some flavor on it. I have a couple recoils. They are nice. Yeah, I've got two OGs and a Rebel. Neil says 3 RTAs going. Welcome to the dark side, Steve. Yeah, I still got my squonks. We might wake up a fourth RTA tonight. When I saw the Gimme Samoa, I had to grab it. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Uh, Thanks for putting your trust in me. Because, like, only a few people have tried it so far. And then everybody else is just going based off of how much I said I've been enjoying it these past few months. Gently rub that like button until it turns colors for you. Steve-O enjoys when you do that. Yes, you got to gently caress it. Thank you, buttheads. You woke her up and now has her attention. Oh, come on. Really? Your bourbon peach is still my favorite, dude. Thank you. I'm so glad people like the bourbon peach as much as they do. I like it. I like it, but it's certainly not like in my top tier of recipes that I've made. I got to be in the mood for it. Um, isn't it the one with the air disc? No, that's the Integra. The Integra, I believe, is the no Imperia. It goes Integra, Imperia, Innova. Imperia is the one with the air disc. Yo, Mike, what's up, dude? Mike DeVries in the house. Hope everything's going well with the new place. Are you moved in yet? Oh, there's an order. And just a heads up, if you did place an order, if you placed it earlier in the day yesterday, you have a very high chance that it'll go out tomorrow morning. But as it started getting in later into the day, or if you place an order today, the chances are your order is going to go out Wednesday morning. And there's even a likely, like this order right here came in so late, and anything after now could go out Thursday. That's literally how stacked up the orders are right now. I've got a good handle on the prep, all the prep for everything that came in earlier yesterday, or most of the orders from yesterday. But some orders are going to take some time because I won't even receive a shipment of enough bottles for 120s until tomorrow because I had to order cases of bottles and they'll be here tomorrow. Hey Kim C. I will wait 500 miles and I will wait 500 more. Yeah. That song reminds me of How I Met Your Mother. Arnie, what's up, dude? Oh, Gunny just ordered some Samoa for myself. Hell yeah, dude. That was Gunny that just came in. Imperia is the one I want. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Imperia. Yeah, I like that air disc. That air disc, it does look real cool. Message. Yeah. I can't put the dwarf down, bro. Bro, it is such a good tank, isn't it? I gotta refill it. We're gonna do that. Not moved in yet, but totally redoing the inside from bottom to top in every room. All right, sick. Yeah, I know you said it needed work. That's what's up, dude. That last thing was me. Okay, awesome. Just flick Steve-O's like a bean. Yeah. LT says, I'm over here singing random songs. Dude, I always do that. Hey, Rick. Rick, welcome to Wickin It and Kickin It. He says, hey, yo. I welcome to Wickin It and Kicking It. Oh wait, is that Mao? I kind of thought it might be. Ayo again, Mao. Good to see you. I miss you, dude. There's Mao. I mean, he's around if you message him, but Mao's been taking a break. He hasn't been participating in as much lately, and it's cool to see your name pop up in chat, brother. So Legacy versus Legacy contest is close, but Mango Sublime is beating Maple Bourbon Cheesecake for the holiday sale. Labor code 20% off. Winner decided midnight tonight. At end of sale, yeah, I'm the one that bought the Mango Sublime that put it in the lead. Sorry. But I told y'all what I was ordering. And that's because I already have an extra bottle of the Maple Bourbon Cheesecake. Sent you a nice photo, Steve. Hell yeah, dude. I gotta. We're gonna do hand checks and all that. Once we're caught up here, we should be. I didn't switch accounts. Yeah, I actually when I saw Rick and I saw Ayo, I thought maybe it was you, but I wasn't sure. Just sending a hand check from the other night at the fireside. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm on my third maple bourbon cheesecake. Hell yeah. So yeah, you guys know uh most of what I got in my rotation. I've got the Squonk, we've got the side by side, we've been running that new Boston cream pie, the shift with the dwarf, with oh my god, it's blueberry. I gotta refill that and poke around the cotton a little bit. Still got the Vena on the DMD mods. Squonking that strawberry lychee sorbet still needs a name. Getting even better with time. I do have this guy still set up, the Bonza Pro on the Furfur mech, but there's no battery in it currently. Um, we showed you that one, and then I re-wicked my billet box again, just because I didn't like how thick I had wicked it with the Cloud 9 cotton. So I re-wicked this the other night too. Oh, yeah. I think it needs a new battery. And that's loaded up with cookie cane. Like literally, there's like 8 devices in rotation at the moment. That purple side by side is so nice. Yeah, I'm so glad actually that they accidentally sent purple. Come on, guys, get maple. Guys, Tim is up by 3 right now. Thanks, Stevo and LT. LOL, we can't let him win. Listen, they're both great liquids. When I'm low on either of them, I'm going to want to re-up. I have freaky taste buds. Mouse says it's going, just getting over bad cold and cough session. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes. Let me clear notifications out, and I'll worry about that later. Let's unplug this guy and go over. Actually, close, 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 close. Keep those 2 tabs open. Let's start with Facebook this week because I think we've got the majority of them came in first. Advocate for Liberty. He's always got my face in the background in his. Let's see. Let me pull up my guy so we can get this focus on. And like I said, eventually someday we'll figure out a better way to share these. Maybe if I ever figure out how to use something like OBS. But everything works. Everything just works. This is more of a chill hangout than it is some super fancy high tech, stream. But he's got the Citadel on a Lost Vapes and Taurus with my face in the background. Oh, there we go. Boom. There's me. Hi. Hi. That's one of those abalone Centauruses. Hell yeah. Thank you, Tim. Heath, he sent in a video. We're gonna have to turn the volume up. You hear that? Got some burrow action. Hold on. It's reflecting. Come on. Play again. There we go. Some crackle. Crackling. Looks like is that an unknown? Unknown RBA? Maybe not. AK-47s. Hell yeah, dude. Patrick sent in his jug. He's got the jug mini on the I forget the name of that mod, but it's a free max mod. Maxis 100 or something like that, I think it is. He loves that jug mini. It suits him. Caramel Crumble, he said he was rocking on the inside. And my man Chris Collins, always sending in the food pics. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. That's what's up. He did send in this death check a few weeks ago, and I missed it. He's got his Shift Plus, and he's got a bunch of really nice squonks and burrow setups rocking. Oh, what just happened? There we go. There we go. Look at those. The cloak with the special plaid panels on it. Cloak V3 with the Citadel on top. The Avalanche V1 Avalanche with the Skyfall on there. I missed that one a few weeks ago when he sent that in. Love it. Let's get on over to Discord and see what people are working with. We got to start from the bottom. And with Brian Enoch just cleaned out an old tank, so I got the Blitzen on the Drag 4 with the Mango Sublime on the inside. That is an old tank. Blue Blitzen. There we go. I like that. I like that. I like that blue. Hungry Hippo. Cleaning day. Nothing specific, just vape porn. Yeah, the classic drying towel of the Hungry Hippo. He's got some things set up in the background there. But the classic cleaning, weekly maintenance of Mr. Hungry Hippo. Do regular cleaning and maintenance on your gear, folks. It's well worth it. It's well worth the time you put into doing it. And Hippo's a big advocate for that. Weekly cleaning. Weekly cleaning. We got Dell. Dell's got my face in the background too. He's got his Jaka on the Hexome. And a matchy all black and purple. Oop, there's Mao. Hold on. All black and purple Boxer nitrous combo. Boxer Max Squonk nitrous combo. Come on. Are we straight? Are we going to be straight? There we go. Now we're straight. Boom. And Dalton. Dalton's got his by the fire hand check. Of course, he's got the unholy recoil on the ascent. Look at that nice campfire in the background there. Look at that nice campfire. It's what I used to do every holiday weekend in the summertime. I miss it. I miss it. My cousin James, I know he was up at the campsite this weekend. Mao. It's been a little bit since we've seen a hand check from Mao on Wicking It and Kicking It. Asgard Mini or Asgard, yeah, that's got to be a mini. On whatever that mech is. Mao's got so many mechs. I don't even know the names of all of them. But he's got one hell of a freaking collection. One hell of a collection that he's built over the past year. And here it is again with the maple bourbon cheesecake. With the maple bourbon cheesecake. Looks like a birdie setup. Yeah, it does. Mao is the only other person I know that comes even close to how hot birdie vapes. He's the only one that vapes even close. Anarchist Hexome with a legal RDA and some nice hand pieces there. Got some blades. It's another big thing I notice. A lot of people in the vape community also like to collect knives. Love it. That Anarchist Hexome is freaking dope, dude. I love that. With the stainless steel Addy on there with the black beauty ring drip tip, dude. Let's go. That's classy right there. A classy Hexome setup. Let's go. And that is everybody. That is everybody. Everybody. Um, let's see here. Just sent mine to Steve-O. Who is my white Hexome brother? That is Dell. Dell's your white Hexome brother. I'm so happy people are enjoying the Mango Sublime as much as I do, says Tim. It just does it for me. Closely followed by Lady Liberty's Butter Rum Ice Cream. Yeah. No side piece action, Mao? Yeah. Oh, the Pinhead RBA. Okay. All right. JIO with the Pinhead. Very cool. Yeah, Birdie's here. He's driving. Let's see. Looking for the worm. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny too, and I love how you've been talking about how you have not been able, you've never really stuck with a liquid, so that was the reason why you never really squonked, and now you're squonking because you have liquids that you can all day vape. That's freaking wild. It's awesome. Oh, it is a full size Asgard. See, I couldn't really tell without the beauty ring. I for a second I thought it was, and then I second guessed myself. It's hard to tell in pictures. Those are my newest fuck off shinies. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. I made me to pick up an Asgard. So if I visit Birdie, I'm sort of safe. Yeah. Yeah. Usually between 200 and 300 watts, says Paul. Yeah, that's wild. Now, I'm just saying, like, Mao will run a freaking 0.24 on a series, which I do not recommend anybody do ever. You got you really, really, really got to be safety conscious and aware of of letting your batteries cool down when you're running things like that. If I hadn't picked up the car just now, I'd be getting that white Hexome club going. Well, you've got the orange Hexome. I finally ended up with an Asgard and Mini with standard and series decks for each. Oh, no kidding. I had a series dock for the Asgard Mini, but I sold it. Uh, I still have my Axial Pro series deck. I just don't vape series much really anymore. Wasn't a fan of the white hexes. They get dirty too fast if you work on cars or with heavy machines. That's true. That is true. Dalton says I bought my brick and mortar out of juice head mango, orange, and blueberry. Oh, and blueberry lemon a few months ago, and they haven't re-upped since. Oh wow. They did when I last time I had bought any juice head, they didn't even have mango orange in their line yet. They only had like the original ones. And anyway, my favorites were the blueberry lemon, pineapple grapefruit, and then watermelon lime. Those were my favorites from them anyway. Their strawberry kiwi I did not like at all. The peach pear is okay, but way too sweet. Um, and I was surprised by their strawberry kiwi um, because they did other things so well. Something off about their strawberry kiwi. So what I'm gonna do is real quick. I'm just gonna kind of give you the rundown on how I fill this guy, and you can kind of hear how like it's not really crackling, and that's not the biggest deal. But I can tell like the liquid isn't flowing into it as fast as it normally would. So what I do is I'll open it up, right? I'll kind of do this to get some of that extra liquid that sticks to that peak off of it. I'll pop this guy off, and I'll take these guys and I'll kind of actually, let me see, I'll poke around at it. Uh, I'll kind of poke around at it and make like a little sliver of space at the corner of each wick here. Just enough so I can see some light coming through, which kind of allows the liquid to get, I don't know if you can see that. See how the light's coming through? So the liquid has a little bit of space to kind of climb up over that wick and saturate a little bit. It allows the air to escape a slight bit faster so the liquid can seep in, just can wick in a little quicker. I'll do that on both sides. Kind of pull it back just a touch. Cap it, boom. Wipe my mess up. Grab my big old bottle of, oh my god, it's blueberry. Refill that sucker. Boom. This is basically the behind the scenes of what happens throughout the week after I build things. Things need to be refilled. Sometimes things need to be fiddled with a touch to keep them going for more than just one day. I'll give it a once around with a towel. Screw that bad boy back on there. And we're refilled. We're refilled and we're good to go for, now you see how the bubbles are flowing in. And that's rocking and rolling again. Oh, good night, LT. Now we can give it a ripski. Like I said, not so much about the crackle, What about the saturation? I want that liquid really flowing in there. Because I like those really long draws. And the faster that liquid can flow in, the longer I can rip on that guy. And of course, because I have so many other setups rocking, that should be good to go for the rest of the night. The stock is another tricky little guy, because if I'm not careful, if I just refill it all willy-nilly, it can push the wicks up out of those. So I'll do the old trick. This is the old trick for re-wicking or refilling finicky little RTAs. Got my succulents. I'm gonna need a new batch of this soon. Pop that guy off. We'll refill it. Come on. I might have dripped one down the center a little bit. All right, we'll refill it. I'll cap it, but then I'll flip it upside down and let the liquid all reach the top. So all the display, all that like open space is where like those wicking channels are before I turn it and tighten it. Yep. See how that dripped? I'll open it and flip it. That flipped because I dripped a little bit through the chimney. Which flooded the deck. But we already vaped it off. And this guy's got to be refilled more often than other tanks if you're cranking on it. There we go. Couple of quick refills. But what I want to do is I've got one of my elder dragons that I cleaned out before the stream. I want to wick it up because I want to taste test one of the liquid profiles that we mixed last week. We mixed 3 liquids last week. The Boston cream pie, which is doing amazing. I've really been enjoying it. We did that plum Streuselkuchen, the German plum cake, and then the caramel coffee cookie dough ice cream. They've only had a few days to steep, and I only have one open elder dragon to wick. I think I stretched those wraps out a little bit when I pulled my cotton out. I kind of want to see how the plum is coming along. I would like to do both, but I only have 2 elder dragons, so let's just re-wick this guy real quick, huh? And we're gonna taste test that plum, and because it's had a few days to really start to develop. And what I'll do is I'll drip on it a little bit each day. I'll unless it's like really, really good and I can't stop myself. I will drip on it a couple times a day and kind of test how the recipe is steeping and developing. So you guys have seen me wick this guy several times, but It's wicking it and kicking it, so we might as well wick it. Like I said, I came into tonight not really having anything planned. I really just kind of wanted to take a break from working and hang out with you guys mostly. 17 likes, 19 watching, very close, but just a couple thumbs short of a full win. That's what's up. You need to have a panel on to wick it and kick it sometime. Yeah, we should invite some people on one of these times. I always forget. I'm always throwing them together last minute. That is a good idea, though. The juice head peach pear needs a month or two of additional steeping, in my opinion. It turns into peachy gummy, not peach rings. That makes the excess sweetness all right. Oh, okay. I don't know. I felt like it had to have been sitting on that shelf long enough to get a good amount of steep time, but you never really know, I guess. Let's see. I'm peeling a little bit off of here because those are 2.5 millimeter coils. Let's see. And sometimes the wicks these FDH wicks can be a little thick. They're close to perfect. Well, they are perfect if you like your cotton nice and snug through your coil. I like mine a little less than snug. Boom. I like to be able to pull it through easy if I'm holding on to it. But if I take my hands off of it, then the cotton will drag the coil around. I actually should glow this just to make sure. And then I'll put it back in. Let's see. Bed single. Still reading a 0.29 perfectly. With everything going on lately, it feels like it's been months since I've ordered. I mean, close. All right, we're good. We're glowing evenly. I forgot to do that. All right. All right, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Snippity doo dah. Snippity yay. 18 watching, 18 likes. I think someone just left and I'm watching on TV. Wow, that's what's up. That's a great ratio. All right, I want to fluff these guys up a little bit. Just a little fluff. Just a little fluff. And it's tough. I grabbed another RTA to wick up. It's tough to even think about putting another device into rotation right now. But I did break down and clean out the Asgard on the Republic. So I guess this will replace that. And I went to go rinse everything out after I broke down everything to go rinse out the Republic, and I took the screws out of the squonk bottle and set them on the desk. And when I came back, do you think the screws were on my desk where I left them? Spoiler alert, they were not. Guess who happened? And this was literally minutes before the stream started. I had to crawl around on the floor with my flashlight on my phone to find the screws for that squonk bottle. The cat swiped them off the desk. Thankfully, I found both of them. Little shit. Oh, yeah, wascally cat. Yeah, I know, right? So, taking a little chance on this recipe here. Oh. There we go. All right. We're wicked. Not the prettiest cotton, but we're wicked. There we are. The plum. This is definitely an out of the box type of recipe for me. It's kind of similar to the approach that I originally took with the apricot almond. So we'll see how it does with all the crust and different elements in it. Apricot almond originally started out with the apple pie crust and the flavor our apple pie and the one-on-one pie crust in it. And I ended up taking those out. And we'll see if they survive in this mix. Because I really would like a good plum recipe. But it's something that can be kind of challenging to work with. Let's turn the wattage up. Turn the wattage up. There we go. Not as crackly as the last time we wicked it. Or the last one that we wicked. Alright. Let's give her a try. Where is my cap? Where's the Elder Dragon cap? I've got this Elder Dragon here. What'd I do with it? Is it here? Hold on, I might have left it on the kitchen counter. What'd I do with it? I've got that Elder Dragon. One sec. Yep, kitchen counter. Right next to the empty glass of Dr. Pepper. Here we go. We got our fur tip. That, as interestingly shaped it is, it really does pair with that Elder Dragon quite nicely. So let's give it a test. Steve-O, she threw your papers on the floor the other day too. She is trying to show her version of organizational skills. Yeah. Yeah. How did that not? Oh, that's why. That's focus, not the crop. Boom. All right, let's see how well this recipe did. I don't know if you guys remember the recipe. Maybe we'll show it again real quick. Log in. Remember me, damn it. My recipes. Might as well. So we can kind of get another look at what we're tasting here. That's one of the mixes that we did last week. Is the apricot available? I've always wanted to try Bogan's plum tobacco. The apricot can be available if when you place an order, you check mark the box for in the know and select your size, strength, and then go all the way down the bottom. You'll see blank spaces for in the know where you can type into like a comment section and you can type in apricot almond. But you have to make sure you check mark the box up top with the little guy with the question mark and select size and strength. You can't just write it in the bottom, otherwise it won't add to your cart. I know it's a little complicated, but I don't know. We've been thinking about just reactivating every recipe and then just getting rid of in the know, but I don't know. The menu's already long. We reactivated some old ones too. Apple custard, PB&J cream, the Pebble swirl, VIP. Those were all reactivated yesterday. All right, here we go. Let's see. Plum job. Hell yeah. Oh, wow. That's really good. The plum comes through quite a bit. I was a little, and now mind you, it's only steeped 3 nights, right? Wait, Thursday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So it's only steeped 3 days. The plum comes through right off the beginning. Extremely juicy, but it's starting to develop a little bit of stickiness, jamminess almost, like a pie filling. It's got a really nice mouthfeel, and like I said, like a jamminess, but almost like a creamy texture. But the bakery layers are just starting to develop. On the exhale, I get like a lingering dryness from like the apple pie crust. The Danish pastry and the lemon squares haven't, I don't think, completely developed into like the bakery layer yet. I don't really pick up the lemon zest specifically, but I think it's helping prop up the plum towards the top of the vape. And there's some very subtle spice notes in there. The vanilla sugar too, I'm pretty sure, is helping add that texture to where instead of it just being like cooked down and juicy, I think it's helping that plum kind of present somewhat like jammy. The more I continue to vape it, the more the spices and like the bakery, the crust elements, the cake crusty cake pastry type of elements present themselves. And then the aftertaste, like right now, is a little flat. But right up until you finish exhaling, it's actually really surprising and delicious. I could see wanting to make some tweaks to this. It's not fully developed. I am getting like a slight dryness at the end. There's somewhat of an off note that I can't quite place, but it's more of like an aftertaste type of thing. They're arguing about the rabbit. Hey Ronnie, what's up, dude? Have a great evening, all. Yeah, have a good night. I checked and she's sleeping sound already. So, as something like that's just kind of like, brainstormed up for a regional mix for AAFL. I forgot to mark this wiki. I think. Did I? I did. Uh, since we did mix it, I'm trying to keep a record of the things that were mixed on the show. Um, Actually, let's do this. And mixed live on a special Thursday, Wickin It and Kickin It. There. There. And I will probably, over the course of, probably not over the course of the next couple days, actually. Maybe if I take a little bit of a break from working. But by the end of the week, I will add notes to the actual recipe. But until then, consider this tasting some first impression notes. The plum is delicious. Right off the front, that plum is so tasty and good. That Wonder Flavors plum purple, so good. If you like plum, that is the one to get. And being the only plum in the mix at 2.5%, it's coming through plenty. Now that crust can continue to grow. The bakery layer could continue to grow, and that could change, but I don't see it stepping on the plum too much more. Doesn't fully vape like a cake yet, though. We'll see how it does. I'm really happy with that. Either way, it's tasty, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about DIY is having put in enough time to where maybe a mix doesn't come out quite how I expected it to, but it's at least going to be enjoyable. Like that's not like I'm going to finish this bottle over the course of like the next week or two. Maybe I might vape like down to like 5 mils, save the last 5 mils and let it sit long term and see how it does in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But that bottle will eventually get completely vaped. You know what I mean? Um, let's see. The picture makes me want the real thing so bad and to try this. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. I just clicked back to it to look at it like you guys can see it. Oops. um, like I said, I could very well use maybe some minor tweaks, but we'll see how it does. This Thursday, game night on my channel, says Tim, while vlog is not on. It always goes adult in nature, so ye be warned. What does the lemon square do in the recipe? It adds a small amount of lemon zest. The real life recipe calls for lemon zest in the mix, but it also has like a pastry note, and that pastry is my idea was it was going to mix with the Danish pastry and help fill out like the main like crust, the like the underneath like layers of the pie. And the apple pie is more of like the crispy edges of the crust. And I'm thinking that the lemon in general oftentimes has a tendency to help lift up other fruits. So I'm thinking it's helping the plum stay sitting at the top of the vape, being able to taste it first when you take a puff. So yeah, cool. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Um, so like I said, I grabbed a couple things just in case. Um, because it's really not wicking it and kicking it without wicking anything. And it's like I said, it's tough because I have so many devices in rotation right now, like so many. But I've got a couple things in front of me, a couple ideas, and you guys can either help decide, or we can put them on the wiki wheel and let fate decide. But I got the Osiris Mini. Now the Osiris Mini has come up a couple times over the last few weeks. A couple people have told me that they've had trouble wicking it. We could wick this guy, and set it up. Um, I pulled this guy out, which I think would need a completely new build, a complete build and wick, and then decide what liquid to throw in there. I'm not sure if I would keep this bottle in there, although it does match nice. I had to search far and wide for the silicone bottles for this. Or wicking up the Kennedy. Now, I've been running um, the RDA for vaping on the Vindicator for several weeks now. So the Kennedy kind of went to the wayside, but I haven't actually done anything with the Kennedy on stream since Mao gifted this to me for my birthday. And this has a set of nice and rowdy Mao coils in there, which is ideal for this wiki wheel because I just want to see it spin. We can make a mix called Spin Job. I love my Osiris Mini, but lately it leaks no matter what I do. Lady Liberty says, freaking I leaned down to pet the dog, and Ash stretched out and sprawled out so much I can sit back up without sitting on her, little turd. O-rings? Wait, what? Oh, it leaks no matter what I do. Yeah, so that's why I was thinking maybe doing the Osiris. I changed them. Or we could do the wheel and let fate decide. The chances are, regardless of what I set up, they're just going to end up as an occasional reach for in the rotation, regardless of what they are. I think I'm more likely to reach for the Squonk or the RTA in this moment if I set one of those up, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? If you ask us, we'll vote all the. Yeah, that's true. You will. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. You know what? Heath is here, and he's the one that was saying he was having trouble with it. Let's wick this up. Let's wick this guy up. Let's wick this guy up. And hopefully I don't botch it. And hopefully maybe this can help him. Um, and it's very likely that what I do, uh, he could have already tried, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Let's see. Um, Actually, let me get a set of batteries out for this mod here. Come on. There we go. And I think this has a set of Dan's aliens in there. The Kinks aliens that Dan spun up a while back. I did consider putting another set of coils in here. However, wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's not how that opens. Hold on. You gotta hit this and then it spins to a certain point, right? There we go. Boom. And the amount of heat I was getting off of these was actually perfect for the amount of restriction that I get from a tank, a dual coil tank. Um, New load. Yeah, a 0.15. 0.15 was pretty perfect, actually. Let's give them a glow. Make sure they're glowing even. Close. Pretty close to even anyway. Let's see. There we go. Beautiful. And these are just some triple 28 gauge, 3mm. Not the tightest outer wraps, but they vape fantastically. So Dan had whipped up a bunch of sets of coils at one point and sent me a ton. So I think this was the last set of these that I had. Let's see. Heck yeah, fair enough. I was 100% certain Steve said, give him a blow. Yeah, I might have. Oh, no, glow. Give him a glow. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's get this out. 3mm, so 3mm wicks. Boom. They don't need to be long. All right. And here I was thinking I was hearing things, LT. Yeah, that's funny. With how my nose sometimes is a little stuffy. Some of my words do sound nasally, and let's see. Pull some of that off. A sliver on each side. So here is what I noticed about this. This is what I was trying to explain, but I couldn't without a visual. Up top, you can leave some empty space down here underneath, but up top, you want to make sure that this entire space up top is poofy and filled out as possible without leaving like, or trying not to leave any open space up top. So and I'll show you how I do that. So you can have some empty space underneath, which will help the liquid flow in underneath the wicks and let it soak up like a straw, like it's supposed to. But if you leave any open space in these corners, sometimes that liquid can flow in too fast. So it's like a balancing act, and it took me a couple tries, I think, to be honest, to get it right. I got some mod polishing to do tomorrow, says Paul. Gonna be a shiny day. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. So let's get these in there. So the first time I did it, I think I thinned out the wicks too much. It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky because it's hard to get the wicks stuffed into those small spaces. It really is. But what I do is I use these and I pull from underneath to keep to try to keep from there being any choke points. And I'll show that here. Boom, boom, boom. So we snip, we snip. I'm going to lightly comb it at the top. I'm not really trying to thin it out a ton, but lightly combing at the top and then hit the under. The under is what fluffs your wicks out. I do want to thin it some, but not like a crap load. All right. The fluffier, the better. The length here doesn't quite matter because the length is going to be determined afterwards. Dual coils, woo! But I really just want that nice and fluffy. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect because sometimes you get jammed up anyway. But there we go. Now it is tricky because you got to separate them the best that you can to try to make sure none of those pieces are overlapping. And then I'm going to lift this one up and in. Boom, boom. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to try my best to lift them up and in. It's tough. That one might be a tad too thick. But I think we'll be okay. As long as they're not too thin up top is usually, and this is what I'm talking about. I'll take this, right, and I'll pull it from under here. Pull it. So I make sure I try to get all the wick ends coming out of there on both sides. Pull it. So all your wick ends are poking out through those holes. Oh, see, there's some overlap that I missed. Let's see if I can get that tucked back in. All right, I'm just going to pull it off. All right. All right. Now, before I cut, I want to kind of lift up on these and kind of fluff them out towards the corners. Make sure those corners are filled. And I don't want it like crammed down in there. I want it kind of lift up a little to give them some poof. Lift up. Boom. All right. And then I want to look at those. I want to make sure that those corners are nice and filled out. Those are the strangest wick holes I've ever seen. They really are. They really are. Come on. So you see how it looked, and some of the wicks fell out of that one side. But I kind of fluff it back and forth just to make sure that this corner and this corner on both are completely filled out. And then I'll take my scissors I'll very lightly grab this as to try not to pull. Get as close to level as I can and snip along the edge. Come on. Get rid of that little excess and then just very lightly tuck that back in. And then kind of pull up again. Just so there's just a tiny little bit of space underneath. It can be a little more space underneath, but you want a little bit of air underneath. Just a little bit of space showing underneath that wick there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Boom. Just kind of pull. Get as close up you can. Snip. That side worked a little bit better. Tuck that back in and give it a little pull upwards, just a touch. And there we go. There's that other side. Boom. So there's a little bit of space for the liquid to flow underneath. And then you're nice and poofy up top. I accidentally snagged, I think it was this spot right here. But as long as it's filling in that corner, some stragglers can be sticking out. So both sides should look like that. So I'm going to try to do that again on the other side. Taking your time with this one definitely helps. This year, make sure you get all the treats. They must have thought you asked for a trick, Paul. Let's see. A quick question, since I haven't had a fresh whole mango in forever, when do I know it's ready to eat? Oh, that is a good question. From all the innuendo tonight, Steve, tonight I'm thinking Steve-O is giving the tricks. Yeah. There's always a lot of innuendo. All right, let's see. Up and in, starting with that corner and working our way back. Boom. And it's one side is always more difficult than the other. Ah. There we go. Just slowly work it in. Because getting it pulled all straight from the bottom is what straightens out and will clean up any possible bunches or choke points. Pull up. Because I don't want it pulled super tight. Oh, I almost hit the button. Come on. There we go. All that pulled out. Even if you have to kind of pull it and comb it a little bit to try to get everything all flowing in one direction. Beautiful. Grab it, line it up, snip. I think I missed a little bit right there. Boom. Tuck her back in. And just a light pull up. There we go. It takes time. You would think, snip, that you could just stuff the wicks in there. But I've noticed that taking my time to do this really helped it vape a lot more efficiently. It didn't wick too fast and it didn't wick too slow. Poke it back in. Lightly tug it up. There. Fan it to make sure that it's filling those corners and you're good. And that's what she should look like. Up top, it should be mostly nice and poofy up top. It's really wild. With some space under there. That one ended up getting a little more space than some others, but so the liquid can flow in underneath. When I get up close on it, I can see those stragglers and it bothers me, but that's how I wick her. No open spaces in the corners of those wicking channels when you're looking up top, from up top. The open space is down underneath at the bottom of your wicks. Boom. Now we got to think of a liquid. We have one mango left for tonight. Need to pick up more. Hey yo, just got in from the store and reloaded my browser. Hello, Steve-O. Hey! I'm sure Nick just fluffed it and stuff. He did. He 100% did. And I swear to God, either he just has really good luck with fluffing it and stuff in it. And I mean, like, that worked for me, but like I felt like it wasn't consistently vaping as saturated as I wanted it to. Like I couldn't turn the wattage up past a certain point to where I wanted it to. I had, you know, poofy. Um, Now I don't know exactly what liquid I want to put in here. I was thinking about grabbing something from FDH just because it's been a while since I've had any, since I grabbed any of them. Makes sense to do it right instead of having to do it over again. Yeah. And I mean, I've only wicked this a few times. I haven't pulled this tank out in a few months. But when I first got it and first built it and wicked it, I re-wicked it like 3 or 4 times because I used it for about 3 weeks before putting it away. I just don't know 100% what liquid I want to grab. I was thinking the Dat Cake dough, but that's 3 milligram. Moist. I'm going to rewatch tomorrow and then try it. Much appreciated. Yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully, I was able to get everything on camera. Okay, I don't have like a top-down view. Let's see. I don't know what liquid I want to put in here. That's difficult. Difficult. Um, I've already got a bunch of my favorites in something. I've got caramel crumble going. I've got Samoa going. I don't have any Dunsky. Screw it. Even though it's 3 milligram, I kind of want to try this in an RTA. Liquid for tonight must have Lamba spread. Yeah. I'm gonna take a chance. Dat Cake though. I really want to try it in an RTA. Dat Cake dough. It was either that or I was gonna reach for apple cream cake, but I already have enough caramelly things in rotation at the moment. Get wet them whole wicks. Why not? We'll try the cake in a tank. It's 3 milligram. That's what makes me hesitant. Because I didn't order it from the dock. So I was only able to get a 3. And this liquid is not going to be back around anytime soon. Now, you should be able, when you juice it up from top, you should be able to watch the liquid gradually work its way down to the bottom of the wicks, which it did, which means it's going to wick. I'm going to tuck some of these straggly pieces in without creating any unneeded spacing in those corners. There we go. Just because it bothers me. There. Poofy up top, space on the bottom. And lock. We gotta lock it. I think Steve-O vapes a 1.5 or a 2. Yes, yes. There we go. Let's close the juice flow control. And let's fill her up. Bum, bum, bum. The only reason I'm hesitant of the 3 milligram is because this is dual coil. I can probably get away with it with a single coil, but I really, really want to try this liquid in a tank. So, boom. I know I want to start at least 70 watts. 71's fine. Let's come on out. Let's come on out. Come on out. Come on out. And open the juice flow. Boom. Let's come up top. There we go. Was definitely worth it. I can start to see bubbles forming, but it's not like leaking, or like the bubbles aren't just like automatically glugging out. They shouldn't until you start vaping on it. Let's start at, if we got it at 71 watts, let's start there, wide open. Mm. Woo! That 3 milligrams got some kick. Wow. It's a little throaty. It's a little throaty because it's a 3. Also because cotton breaking. It should smooth out. This tank is extremely full flavored. I just got like slapped in the mouth with, to me, what tastes like spot on funfetti frosting. And you'll slowly start to see some bubbles form, some small bubbles, but I juiced that up quite a bit, so I don't think I'm going to turn this up any higher than 71 watts. But it's not leaking. It's staying saturated so far. I'm trying to be a little careful how much I rip on it, because a 3 milligram can crush me. I can handle it. It just takes me. It usually takes me just a little bit to adjust to it. And there we go. Yep. As long as it's not leaking and your vape stays saturated, this tank, even if you see like excessive bubbles or not, like it's keeping up. Like if I was to vape this halfway down, even if I didn't see any bubbles at all. Um, I could open that up, and those wicks should still be nice and saturated. There's a bubble. See it? Boop. Usually, what I'll notice is it won't bubble from all four. It'll bubble from one on this side and then diagonal across on the other side. Is usually how I'll notice it wick. I like bubbles too, Jeremy. It's absolutely delicious in that tank. I don't know what it is about bakery liquids in RTAs, dual coil RTAs, single coil RTAs, something that's like a cake like that. I think excels on a dual coil. Um, but something like the Gimme Samoa has like caramel, chocolate, and coconut notes. Those will stand out a little bit more on a single coil. Mm. But that nice, dense, heavy frosting is doing beautiful in this tank. This tank, for a dual coil tank, just has a massive level of flavor. No leaks. There we go. And I did not think that we were going to take it to almost 9:30 tonight, but taking our time on that wicking that RTA definitely did it. Mm. And tiny bubbles make me warm all over with a feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end. Tiny bubbles. Um, Stop looking at me, Swan. Shampoo is better. It goes on first and cleans the hair. No, conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Classic. I'm gonna rewick the fat rabbit with some Nana's House. It'll be my first time trying it. Oh yeah, I still never tried any Timmy's liquids, man. I am so far behind on them. This would have been the weekend to pick up a couple, but I don't know. One of these days I'll grab a couple. Nana's House is definitely on the list. I wouldn't mind trying a couple of the new creams for sure. It is cloudy as heck in here, and I'm sure Dean is probably hungry. I've got a ton of work to do. I'm going to be probably up for the majority of the night, trying to get out as many orders as I can. Um, the I probably am not going to go in there tonight because I have a lot of orders and work to do. But guys, feel free anytime anybody wants to hang out. That JMW Discord voice chat is always open to all, whether I'm in there or not. I know the dopamine dump usually starts around 9:30 or so, give or take. So uh, if he is going live tonight, which I haven't heard otherwise, head on over to Twitch and check out the Wee Baby Seamus for the dopamine dump for some more chill Monday vibes. I don't know if anything has changed because it's a holiday or not. You ain't cool unless you pee your pants. Yeah. Wanted to try the banana cream and the cinnamon cream. Very nice. Love you, Steve. Hope you have a good night. Love you back. Love you guys, all of you guys. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget, there you still got right up until the moment we go live, pretty much on Sunday, for the raffle rumble. The Labor Day sale, Dan hasn't said anything about shutting it down, so I think we should be good through the remainder of the night if you haven't placed an order yet. And as far as I know, I'm supposed to be, I was asked to go on the Punk Rock Vapor and Birdie show on the 5th. Now, I haven't heard any updates or specifics on that from the Punk Rock Vapor. I'm going to message him tomorrow to make sure that we're still on. I don't know exactly what the plan is for that. But last I heard, that's the date that he asked me to come on. Game night on Tim and Cassie's channel Thursday, and they usually do the random live on Tuesdays as well. So I will see you guys in all those other spaces. Hope everybody has a kick-ass week, and I will see you guys around. Much appreciated. Love you, fam. Thank you, as always, for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Peace.